Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. It is Thursday night here for Above the Cushion, the official podcast for Humboldt Speedway and 81 Speedway. Appreciate each and every one of you for spending your Thursday night with us here for Above the Cushion for all of the great driver interviews, news, and notes from upcoming races for Humboldt Speedway and 81 Speedway. Again, appreciate everyone spending their Thursday night with us. On the phone line is the driver number 71, the ASCS National Touring Sprint Car, Brady Baker, joining us, I believe, from Arkansas, is what the phone said. We'll have to get an update. How you doing tonight, sir?
Doing really good.
Good. Where are you in the country?
I'm right outside of Little Rock in a little town called Alexander.
Okay. Okay. That's where home base is.
Yes, sir.
Right on. Well, currently fifth in points, and I believe leading the rookie standings as you get out there on the national tour. But let's kind of you've been racing for about a decade now, I believe. You got started about 6-7 years old. Kind of take us back to the start of it. Who in your family was a race fan and kind of started taking everyone to the track and got you started.
Really just my dad. Really, he used to run late models with the Comp Cam Super Dirt series, and he was pretty good. And us living so close to I-30 Speedway, I always was out there, and that's how he met my mom. My mom's whole family races. My grandpa raced. My uncles raced. Even my mom raced street stocks for a little bit, but after they had me about 6 or 7, I got started in a little bit of flat cart action. They had a few local tracks here nearby us, and I had a little bit of success with that. And I think I turned like 9. Was doing that for a long time, and we finally moved up to 600s, and then just kind of just ran weekly at I-30. Ended up picking up a championship up at there. Never really traveled a whole lot in micros, but when I was about 13, 14, we got a 360 and kind of just hit the road from there.
Nice. So running you running wing and non-wing in the 600, or just kind of stick to one class?
Uh, I dabbled in non-wing, but it was mostly just wing.
Okay, gotcha. Picked up the 360. Any kind of 360 action local, or is there a reason you guys kind of hit the road right off the bat with it?
I mean, a few tracks run local, but just really wanted to get out there and race with some good guys. And, like my hero growing up was actually Blake Hahn. And, being able to run with him at 14 years old, I mean, that was a dream come true on the national tour. But got to run a few national tour races. Like, I think we did like 4 or 5. Actually came to 81 Speedway, but I don't think I did very good. I think I ran like 7th or 8th in the B main, but can't wait to be back at that nice facility.
Yeah, well, we appreciate that for sure. Um, I believe 17 years old. Have you turned 18 yet, or are you still 17?
No, sir. I'll be 18 in about a month.
Okay, there you go. Are you? Did you graduate from high school this past May, or are you kind of going into your senior year?
I graduated.
Oh well, congratulations on that. Um,
Thank you.
One thing, we have quite a few young drivers that come through the facility, whether it's traveling or we even have some young drivers for weekly stuff. How did you navigate the going to school and traveling, racing?
Whenever I was in about 7th, 6th grade, my dad really wanted me to focus on racing, so I started doing online school, and I just finished out to that.
Nice, nice. Um, want to give you, of course, at the. I'm not going to keep you all night. You said you were not feeling good, trying to get better before you guys head out for a little Kansas swing. Friday night, you'll be at the big half mile up in Lakeside in Kansas City. Big fast half mile. That'll be fun and exciting to rip around. But then Saturday night, of course, you're right here at 81 Speedway. Kind of a big fast 3/8 mile. So two pretty fast tracks on tap for the weekend, but different sizes. Um, feeling a little bit under the weather, but just trying to stay hydrated and just kind of work on that. Or what are you focusing on getting ready for the weekend?
Yes, sir. Just really been focusing on getting really good sleep, trying to heal, and I've been drinking 8 to 9 bottles of water, trying to stay up on top of it every day.
um, what's a typical week look like for you? Before you head out. You've been at 81 before. Have you been to visited Lakeside in Kansas City?
Uh, I'm not too sure on Lakeside, but no, I'd have definitely been to 81.
If when you come up to a track that you've not been to before, how are you preparing to get there? Are you watching film? Are you kind of leaning on some drivers? What do you how are you feeling the week before you how are you filling up the weekdays before you get to a speedway you've not been to?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I'll just go to YouTube or Dirt Vision or Flow, just trying to find just any kind of old race I can, really, and I'll rewatch it 3, 4, or 5 times, even just trying to see what the lines are and how you can navigate through traffic there, and I mean, it helps a lot.
What what's what's the future look like? You've been running the 360 car for sounds like 3 or 4 years, or is there a potential step up into 410, or you just kind of keep focusing on the ASCS tour? As we all know, last year ASCS gets picked up by the World Racing Group, who's a great partner with us here for FOE Enterprises. Of course, we see the Outlaws for late models, midgets, and the sprint cars, of course, at the facilities. We're actually going to see we saw the midgets at both facilities. We're going to see the late models at both facilities, and then we have a postponed race from March for the winged cars that we'll see in October. So, what's kind of the future looking like?
I'm not too sure. I mean, I'd really love to hop in a 410, but I just don't know if we have the funds for that. You can go 20, 25, maybe 30 nights if you're taking care of your motor in a 360, and those 410s, they're only getting like 12 to 18 somewhere in there, and I mean the rebuilds are unreal. So I'm not really sure on that, but I would really love to. But I would really also love to hop in a midget. I mean, those guys look like they're absolutely having to drive their heart out every lap, and I feel like that kind of suits my driving style.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question was, what how would you describe your driving style? I get a few people and on the show here, and we like to talk to a lot of midget or even wing drivers, and just kind of because we don't see them on a weekly basis. It's kind of a special show when we have sprint cars and midget stuff. So, kind of run over your driving style. Are you gonna try to get up and run the fence all the time, or are you catfishing around the bottom? How do you see yourself out there?
I would say I'm on the aggressive side, but I really love whenever tracks have like a cushion and like you're up there just like kind of getting close to the wall. I just love that feeling, and I feel comfortable up there. And I'm not really. I would say it's harder for me to run the bottom than it is the top, but I really need to work on it. But I really just whenever a track has a cushion, I feel like it's really perfect for me.
A lot of drivers are, we talked about how you feel in your week, and you're looking at some tape and stuff, and a lot of drivers will turn to iRacing or some of the sim stuff, or you're the younger generation, of course. That's kind of your guys's world to be in. Are you utilizing the sim at all? Do you get on iRacing and play around?
Yes, sir. I would say that I'm a really big. I love playing iRacing. I love sim racing. I actually own like a big team called Victor Performance, and we sell setups, and that I mean it's really fun for me to do. It's kind of like a halfway of a job, honestly. I mean, it kind of pays for a lot of the stuff I do.
That's awesome. Yeah. we'll give you an opportunity to shout that out a little bit. But I want to kind of talk about your team going up and down the road and people that are with you. I know when you get a little bit away from home, you're really relying on the people that are in the toter with you. And I want to give you opportunity to kind of run over everyone that hops in the toter to go racing with you.
It's just really me, my dad, my grandpa, and we have this really awesome crew guy. His name's Jason Long. I mean, he does a lot for us. I mean, when we went to Florida last week, he unloaded the car by himself, washed it, got it ready, maintenanced it, loaded it by himself, and he met us in Tulsa to get ready to race. So, I mean, he really helps us a lot, but we kind of have a small team, just four of us, but it's really fun to go down the road with your family and friends.
Where did you guys run across Jason?
Actually, crazy story. We were firing up my sprint car, and he was driving by, and he was a local racer at I-30, and we never met him before, and he pulled in our driveway, and then we've clicked ever since then.
Now, as far as getting up and down the road, sometimes drivers they kind of let crew work on the car. They just kind of tell them what's going on, and then you have other people that are getting out and wrenching. What's your are you making the adjustments on the car, or you letting Jason and your dad and your grandpa kind of handle some of the stuff? What's the dynamic of the team?
I would say I definitely help like a little bit, but Dad tries to. He doesn't really like me. He says that I need to be refreshed to race. He doesn't like me really helping them out in the sun at like 2 o'clock for just trying to get it clean and maintenance for the next day. He just tries to keep me well rested and ready to go whenever it's race time.
Okay. Um, Going back to some of your family racing, you talked about your dad kind of running a late model and the Comp Can Super Dirt Car Series. Any fender starts for you? Any open wheel besides the sprint car? You had any desire or chances to jump in modified or a late model or street stock or anything?
I hauled out my uncle's modified once at I-30, and it was just really I mean, sprint cars and modifieds, it's really like complete opposites. Whenever you get in a sprint car, it kind of wings down on the left rear, and the modifieds, when you go in the corner, it kind of just picks up and you lean over on the right front. I wasn't used to it. Kind of felt weird, but I think I much would rather stay in an open wheel.
Yeah. Um, you kind of talked about the little sim business you have, and it takes a whole host of not only crew members getting in the toter and going racing with you. It takes a huge marketing partnership, of course, to get up and down the road with the race car, especially on the national tour. And I want to give you some time to talk about your partners and all the marketing stuff you have going on, and kind of give some attention to your business, as well as some social media where people can follow you.
On the iRacing sides, like I try to help whenever I'm in town, but really, if I'm out of town, it's my co-owner. His name's Landon Graham. He takes care of everything whenever I'm gone. And I feel really bad because it's a lot of work. Whenever normally we split it up whenever I'm in town, but he's always there whenever I need him, and we have a few drivers that'll help him out, but we have a Facebook page, but um we post pretty regularly, and iRacing, it's called like iRacing Dirt Talk group, and there's like 20,000 members,
Oh, nice.
and we try to post in there at least once or twice a day.
Oh, wow. Okay. I say it again. Say what it is again.
It's a big group called iRacing Dirt Talk.
iRacing Dirt Talk. Okay, that's cool. And
Yes, sir.
marketing partners on the side of the 71.
My grandpa owns Midstate Golf Carts. He sponsors the ASCS series. He's really a big help. And Total Tire and Automotive, Jackson Farms, DB Enterprises, Gov Plumbing, Tin Tech, DCR Towing, and just can't thank those guys enough to help us get to the track. I mean, it means a lot.
Um, what kind of equipment are you in? What chassis are you running? What motor stuff like that?
Right now in the trailer we got a Lawson, but we also have a Triple X in the shop, and we run all Scott Baylor's.
Okay, all right, yeah, that's nice. Um, Another thing, kind of curious about before we let you go is the number. You know, where I'm always curious where people come up with the number. Sometimes it's a family thing. Sometimes it's a sponsor that the a big sponsor. The number means something to them. So, how did you get your number?
My dad raced with it, but not really sure where he came up with it. I know whenever he was getting into racing, my grandpa was a big Mark Martin fan in NASCAR, and I think he was driving the number 6 car. So I think he was almost number 6, but um, I don't really know. I think it might have been like a football or a baseball. His number was 71. Not really too sure, but
Hmm,
just ever since then, I've just taken it over.
nice. Where social media, websites, merchandise, where can people find some stuff?
On Facebook, I have a racing page, Brady Baker Racing, and I sell T-shirts at the trailer. I don't have a website yet.
Okay. So of course, everyone listening, we encourage you after the races Saturday night here at the Speedway. Of course, every grandstand ticket does turn into a pit pass. So at the end of the night, when we're done racing, we welcome you down into the pit area. Of course, especially this weekend with the ASCS National Tour. Get down there and see everyone and buy some merchandise. Helps these guys and gals get up and down the road. Um, Last and final question before we let you go. ASCS National Tour, of course, big traveling all over the country. What's a track that you haven't been to that you're haven't been to yet this year and you're excited to get to?
I'm really looking forward. I go to the Ironman every year, and I-55, and that's a really like facility, and that out there banging the wall, big cushion, run cut down line. But I can't wait to go there in 360.
All right, be there at Ironman. All right, man. Well, like I said, once you get well rested for you guys, hit the road, and we wish you the best of luck and safe travels as you get up to Kansas City tomorrow night to the big half mile at Lakeside, and looking forward to seeing you here at 81. When I get here, I'll come down. I'd like to meet you in person and just say hey, and so really looking forward to seeing you guys Saturday night and. Big sprint car town. They love the sprint car fans show up big time. So we're expecting a pretty good crowd in the stands for the race.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you. Like I said, safe travels, and we'll see you Saturday here at 81 Speedway.
Yes, sir. See you then.
All right. See you later.
Bye.
Well, good conversation right there with Brady Baker. Not feeling very good. He texted me earlier in the day and said that he was just having a little bit of trouble. So he kind of been sleeping, trying to get it slept off. So I didn't want to keep him up too much longer as they're going to hit the road. And of course, need to talk about races. 6:30. Going to call up Phil Nightingale at the big corner. Talk about some race schedule stuff going on. So we got a couple minutes before we dial him up. Want to talk about some races going on tomorrow night over at Humboldt Speedway, 1663 Georgia Road, Humboldt, Kansas, is the place to be tomorrow night for weekly championship points, kids bicycle races, and the very anticipated Aiello fireworks night as we had to cancel on July 4th over there. So really looking forward to the fireworks display presented by Aiello Fireworks. It is absolutely awesome. Really looking forward to seeing that. They do a great job. They're a great partner with us over at Humboldt Speedway, and can't thank them enough for their dedication. Not only to being there racing most of the year. Of course, they take it off to support the fireworks stands, during 4th of July and all that. But really looking forward to the fireworks show. Kids bicycle races as well. Looking forward to that. That's going to be fun. Always good to have the kids involved in everything we got going on. And then last but certainly not least, weekly championship points are on deck over at the Quarter Mile Bull Ring. Ray's Metal Depot, USRA B Mods, your Extrusions Inc. Midwest Mod Series, your Home Savings Bank factory stocks and stock cars. and your Wilson Automotive mini stock and tuner. So all 4 of your weekly championship points. Classes are in contention for, as we head towards the end of the year and that big championship night over there. Kids bicycle race is going to be fun. Got more to come on that. We'll get that on the Facebook page. And of course, you don't want to forget about the Aiello fireworks night over there. Pit gate's going to open at 5, grandstand at 6 o'clock, hot lap 7:30, and of course, racing starts promptly at 8 o'clock at Humboldt Speedway. Pit pass is going to be $35, kids 5 to 10 or $15, kids 4 and under are absolutely free into the pit area at Humboldt Speedway. Grandstand admission, adults going to be $12, the seniors 65 and older, and the military $10 to get into the grandstands. And of course, kids 10 and under are absolutely free into the grandstands at all FOE Enterprises properties for weekly championship points action. No outside food or drink. Clear bag policy is in effect as it has been the last couple of years. We appreciate everyone's cooperation in that. Want to remind everyone, for Humboldt Speedway, tonight is the night. Get your transponder on the charger. It needs to be charged. It needs to be on the car. It needs to be in the proper placement. We've been talking about it. We've been going over it. We're far enough into the year. We should not be having any transponder problems. Especially everyone, if you have a wired in transponder, make sure you turn it on before you get on the track. If you have your own transponder, make sure it is charged. All the ones you rent from the track are currently on the charger, and get that going. Don't forget that AAA battery for your receiver. 2 things very important when you hit the track at Humboldt Speedway and 81 Speedway. Transponder on the car, Westhold transponder on the car. Receiver better be on. You better have a new battery in it so you can hear race direction talking at you. So we do appreciate everyone's cooperation in getting that done. Still have some issues, still have some stuff going on. So, encourage your friends, get a new battery, get the transponder charged up, get that taken care of so you don't have any problems. 81 Speedway cars, you want to get your transponder on the charger tonight to get ready for Saturday. That'd be absolutely fantastic, and we do encourage it. Of course, ASCS National Tour Sprint cars will be in the house. Pit gate's going to open at 3, grandstand at 5 o'clock. Of course, drivers have to be checked in. Draw will close at 5:30. Hot laps start at 6 and racing promptly at 7 p.m. right here at 81 Speedway in Park City, Kansas. General admission going to be $25 for adults. Children 12 and under will be $10, and pit passes, all ages, are $40. This is a World Racing Group event for this one, so you don't have to buy your tickets online. You can buy them right at the pit gate, but this is an ASCS National World Racing Group event. Of course, classes in contention going to be the 360 sprint cars for the ASCS, your TM Fencing LLC super stocks, your Wickham heating and air conditioning mini stock and tuners, and your Allied battery stock cars. Since it is a World Racing Group deal, there's going to be some questions on the chairbacks. Chairbacks will be allowed into the facility for this race, but everything else is kind of taken over by the ASCS. So there was some Frisbees I gave out a couple weeks ago, general admission on behalf of Above the Cushion. Some of them went out. Some of them got claimed a couple weeks ago. Those will not be good for Saturday night. That is going to be a weekly championship points condition only. So a regular weekly championship point show here at 81 Speedway. If you got one of those Frisbees from me in the grandstand on Mike Peters Memorial or Mike Peters Classic night, that they're only good for weekly championship points. They will not be good for this Saturday here at 81 Speedway. Now, if you got a Frisbee and you want to head over to Humboldt, that'll be good over there, and we'd appreciate you coming and visiting us at the Quarter Mile Bull Ring in Humboldt, Kansas. Again, drivers, transponders, they need to be charged. They need to be in the correct spot. If you're not sure if you have it in the correct spot, maybe you're having trouble every single week, go down and see Tech Man Butch at the scales, and he can help you get that figured out. If you're renting it from the track and you have some trouble, of course, we're going to help you out. If you bought one, you're having trouble, we're going to try to get it in the best placement that we can. And but it's got to be charged and it's got to be ready to go. You need that receiver. Need to get a battery in it. If there's some viewers out there, maybe you're looking for a way to sponsor a driver, a pack of AAA batteries would do them absolutely awesome. They can put a brand new one in every single race night, so they can make sure that they hear race direction. All right, 6:27. I think it's probably close enough. Let's dial up Phil Nightingale. Going to be an absolutely fantastic conversation with Phil. Always is good to have him here on the show. Too bad we couldn't have him in studio with us.
Andy.
Sir, how are you today?
Andy, I'm pretty good for a Thursday evening,
Thursday evening. Still a lot of week left.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, how is it out at the big corner? How many do we sell today? Do we sell it out?
Oh, we always try to sell it out, buddy. But no, it's been a good day for that part. But yeah, it's always fun here at the big corner. Whether it's selling cars, whether it's selling race parts, whether it's selling tires or fixing cars or selling parts, whatever it might be. You know what I mean, buddy?
You guys got it all over there. Well, we got some announcements to make, or you have some announcements to make. We're just the hosting show here, but we're of course, we got to keep racetracks open, right? You and I have had that talk. You and JR have definitely had the talk about keeping everyone going and doing a little collaboration. So let's cover it.
It's a great thing. Jay and I have been working very well together. We got our big Salt City 100 coming up for the second annual next next Friday and Saturday. And, you guys got a great stock car class, and so do I. And a bunch of the guys said, hey, we'd like to run Friday and Saturday. And so we kind of worked things out to where we figure out a way to get it done. We get it announced. The next thing we know, 81's running Saturday on a stock cars. And, JR and I and Nick got together and said, you know what, we got to do what's best for the racers and best for the crowds. And we worked so well together on this deal. So now my stock cars are going to run Friday, a complete show. And then on Saturday, the stock cars are going to run at 81 Speedway. Mm-hmm. It's a kind of a deal that we thought it was the right thing to do, but then if we think it through and get everybody's opinion, then it was going to hurt a couple racers on points, because I've got some racers that race with me in a points battle, and you have some racers at 81 that's in a points battle. And, it just wasn't cool to make them just, lose a points race or have to decide where to go race. So,
right.
Pretty cool that we got that worked out. And then I talked to JR last night about it, and he said, hey, let's sleep on it. And we got together again this morning and said, hey, yeah, let's do this thing right. But he said, I got another idea. And I said, what's that? Well, I've got a big late model show, August 22nd, 23rd. And he says, how about if he's had a big super stock show at Humboldt and 81 Speedway. He said, how about if I cancel those and let's run them at Hutch? And I said, that's great. I've been looking for a fill class because all I had so far was late models, and we've been talking to a couple other different sanctioning bodies to run there with us on the late models. And it just worked out perfect. I love having them super stock guys there. So we're going to do the same thing, 1,000 to win each night. JR gave me his pay scale, how he's going to pay it out. I want to make sure they paid the guys the same money. Mm-hmm. And it's just the best of both worlds.
Yep. Yeah. Kind of sad we're going to lose the super stocks over at Humboldt. I know some of them like going over there, and of course I'm over there every Friday night. So that's a little bummer, but I know quite a few of the super stock drivers actually live right there in Hutchinson. So, don't got to get off too early from work to head over and be there at the half mile.
Yeah. And I get it. I understand losing them at Humboldt, Andy, I really do. That part, but it's kind of a give and take. My stock car guys want to run Saturday. Didn't want to do that, so we backed off of that a little bit. And so just as long as we keep working together, we'll keep thriving dirt track racing in this state. And we both got some great facilities. We've got some great fans. We got some great drivers and crews. We keep complimenting each other. We're just going to grow this sport even stronger and stronger for each racetrack.
Absolutely. You kind of mentioned the 100 lapper over there, and last year, of course, we lost Jim Petty, just not
Yeah.
too long ago, and he was a guest here on Above the Cushion, and he was he really steamheaded putting that lap money together for the 100 laps over there to add to little bonus to it. And I just want to touch on Jim's legacy and his dedication to the racing world.
He was a historian to this racing world. Loved Jim to death. He also worked here at Mel Hamilton Ford. He was a driver for us. Would go anywhere, delivering, whether it was delivering cars or delivering race parts or whatever. It was very sad. He passed away here in the dealership, which was also hard to take. But yeah, we're trying to carry on his legacy over the next week. We've got 2 gentlemen out still trying to sell those laps that he was doing. But we're going to have a nice little ceremony and stuff for Jim over there to remember him for that. And we're going to keep that 100 lapper going and keeping those lap counters going just for Jim.
That's awesome. Yeah, it was that was tough to hear the news, and like I said, he that guy was just a wealth of knowledge and had it all, and it was just the shame I couldn't get it all recorded before he passed on. Talk about what you guys got going on over there. You and Nick, if someone's needing some parts, some stuff, what you got happening?
That is one thing. Nick and I started this thing about, 5 or 6 years ago, and we started as just kind of a little business, and it has turned into be another big chunk of Mel Hamilton Ford. So we did it to help the racers, and that's why we go do the track support that we do and stuff like that to keep the racers racing at night. You name it, we got it, whether it's for the dirt track or the drag, and with our Hoosiers and stuff like that. I mean, it's just another win-win for everybody. We've got all the fuels depending on which flavor you like from that part. But the other blessing that kind of helps us is with my wholesale parts business we have, these vans are delivering just as much race parts around the area as they are delivering parts to different shops and stuff like that too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, another thing, you and your son, of course, out doing the racing deal. I was a little sad. He had a little trouble here with the revival, and then I saw he had a little trouble at Enid as well. So hopefully you guys got that one figured out and ready to rip.
Well, we're back here thrashing on it right now, and I'll kind of give you a little update there too. While we're at 81 Speedway, we've been fighting an ignition problem, and we made one little error there at 81 that we shouldn't have made, but we did. And that's part of the team, it's part of racing, and we just made a mistake. And so yeah, it really hurt. That was probably a hurtful deal there not to get to run. We just started the race to pull in and stuff too. So we've got that figured out. But then what happened out at Enid is Jake was going into 3, and there was a pile up in between 3 and 4, and he slid it off, turned it around to get off the racetrack and went off the backside and got in those deep weeds out there and knocked the belt off. Ugh. And we overheated the motor. Ugh. So I'm going to tell you, we came back and found out what happened, and I called Jack Hornet. And Monday night we had the motor out. We had it to Jack Hornet. He was sitting in his shop at 8 a.m. Tuesday morning, and we had the motor back here this morning at 7 a.m. ready to go to put back in the car, and that's what we're doing. So we can head to Dodge City on Saturday.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Team effort to get going, and like I said, the vans moving parts all over the city. You always see them. They got some pretty cool fresh wraps on them. I saw a military and then of course first responder wrap the other day. So always taking care of that side of the world as well.
Yeah, we get a lot of compliments on those vans running around, and we try to show our specs and all that kind of stuff too, and from that part. But the one for the all the armed forces is my favorite.
Right on. Well, buddy, I really appreciate you coming on, getting that information out there, and of course, like you and I, we've sat down and talked, and got to keep these racetracks open. We got to keep them going, and everyone, everyone seems to be excited about the being able to run Friday at Salt City, and then Saturday at 81, kind of going back to the early 2000s when you could do that as well. So it's exciting, and I think it's going to be good.
It is. That's very true, Andy. I tell you, that's what Nick and I set out to do, with a lot of help of a lot of sponsors and a lot of people and stuff. Is we saved a racetrack, and that's what our number one goal was to save that racetrack over there in Hutch, because I didn't want that thing to go away, and I know there's a lot of people didn't want it to go away either. And putting all these races on has been a challenge and been a lot of work and a lot of effort, but I think it's going to pay off in the end for everybody, for the racing world.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Well, we'll let you pick up a wrench and get that late model ready to go, buddy. I really appreciate it, and
Yep.
like I said, we'll hopefully we'll see you down the road.
We sure will. Thanks for having me on, buddy.
All right, buddy. We'll see you later.
Talk to you soon.
Yep.
Bye.
Well, there it is. Salt City Racing and 81 Speedway going to collaborate on a few nights there with the stock cars, and let's see, Jr. Sartain texting in. Let's jump over to the text line and see what we got. Jr. Sartain. Okay, so Jr. says that he is JR, this is what the text says. JR says, I'm paying the first 10 pit passes for our super stock guys at Hutch on Friday, 8/22. So August 22nd, when they're going to run over there, the first 10 in line, going to get your pit pass taken care of by none other than JR Sartain. Katie's actually going to have to pay it, but JR's the one. Katie's going to hand JR the money. JR is going to hand them the money. That's how it's going to work. So, Dirtopia, we're getting together on that and trying to collaborate. We know that our local racers here at 81 love the half mile and love to be over there, and everyone's got it worked out, and sounds like it's going to be a really good one. So, reminder, what we just talked about. As I see the viewership grow a little bit. First 10 pit passes for the super stock guys, the super stocks. Going to get that taken care of by JR over there on Friday, August 22nd, and we'll keep we'll get that posted out as well. So Dirtopia coming together. All the dirt is going to meet in the middle. Humboldt Speedway, 81 Speedway. Salt City, everyone collaborating together to keep the dirt flying and keep that going. A couple other things we do need to talk about. Got a couple, as we mentioned, of course, the Super Stock's going to get taken off of the schedule at a couple dates. We have some other announcements. So on July 18th over at Humboldt Speedway, there is not going to be any of our Bull Ring Bar USRA modifieds running on the 18th. As John and JR and Katie were looking at the schedule, there's quite a few big USRA events that are already scheduled. And of course, since we're not really running for weekly championship points for the Bull Ring Bar USRA modifieds over at Humboldt this year, we want to give those drivers that are competing for the national USRA modified championship, we want to give them an opportunity to go run those races. So no Bull Ring Bar USRA modifieds on July 18th over at Humboldt Speedway. On July 19th, we have removed at 81 Speedway on July 19th, JLR Property Management 316A mods have been removed from the schedule. We do encourage all of them to come race with Alternative Pest Management USRA modified. So we'd really love everyone that was going to race with 316, the JLR Property Management 316A mods, just to keep showing up on July 19th and add to the field for Alternative Pest Management USRA modifieds. Want to have a big turnout of modifieds on that night. It is also Park City night. We need to thank the Park City Chamber of Commerce for everything they do for us here at the Speedway. Great partners, awesome to work with, and we really appreciate everything that they do to keep dirt track racing happening. Here at 81 Speedway. Do have some updates on some tickets. Of course, I'll go over the list of partners that we have out there that have tickets, free tickets, complimentary tickets to get into on July 19th. Scroll through and get it. But I do have a few updates. Park City Discount Liquor has called the Speedway. They are out of tickets. We still encourage you to go over there, 21 and over drinking crowd. If you need to get an adult beverage, Park City Discount Liquor is the place to go here in Park City, but they do not have any more tickets. There is a rumor that Leaker's Family Foods is also out of tickets, but they have not contacted the Speedway. So If you've been over to Leakers to try to get some tickets and they're out, please let us know. It's just a rumor that we've heard. No one's really confirmed that they're out. And of course, Leakers Family Foods has not contacted us here at the Speedway, to verify that they are out of tickets. So still go over there to Leakers Family Foods. That deli, I eat there a couple times a week for lunch and of course Saturday for breakfast. If you've not been over to Leakers Family Foods for Saturday morning breakfast, you are missing out. That is some great cooking as well as lunch. It's always good. And we encourage you to go over to the Facebook page for Leakers Family Foods and check out their daily specials for the deli, as well as your snacks and your getting your pantry stocked up over there. So Park City Discount Liquor, they are out of tickets. We do encourage you still to go there and get your adult beverages bought from them and support them and thank them for supporting dirt track racing. Leakers Family Foods, the rumor is they're out, but it's not been confirmed. So if someone wants to confirm that for us, we'd really appreciate it. Please call the Speedway number and we'll get that done. Other locations here in Park City that you can go get tickets. Bear Tire Incorporated. If you need to get some tire work done here in Park City, Bear Tire Incorporated, just right down on Broadway, they still have tickets. Advanced Physical Therapy, Park City location only. So you can't go over to the one on the west side or the east side. You have to come to the Park City location for advanced physical therapy. Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Jamie Hickok, go over there, get some tickets. Also talk about maybe planning for the future. You're looking to retire, get over there and talk to Jamie Hickok at Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Broadway Truck and Auto, a great partner with us here at 81 Speedway, Humboldt Speedway. Above the cushion, get down over there. TJ Tolan's hanging out over there doing absolutely nothing behind the counter. Diana Chafin, of course, who sells you your pit pass here at the Speedway, she's absolutely doing all the work. Rodney's over there hanging out doing a little bit of work, and they'd love to get you some free tickets in here to 81 Speedway. So Broadway Truck and Auto Salvage up just north of the Speedway. Go over there. They still have some tickets. Park City Dental, maybe you need to get your teeth cleaned, go in there, and Park City Dental still has some tickets. Don Hatton Dealerships, just the Park City location. You can't go out to Augusta. You can't go to the west side. You have to come to the Park City Don Hatton Dealerships location. Forrest Hummel Agency, I believe that is a farmer's agency, insurance agency. So Forrest Hummel Agency here in Park City. Cindy Wagner, State Farm Insurance Agent. She's got some tickets. Strive Bank right at the roundabout at 61st and Broadway. They have some tickets. Murphy Tractor and Equipment, a great partner with us here. They have some tickets as well. Park City Library. You got to be quiet when you go in there. Park City Library. You got to be quiet when you go in there, but you got to get some tickets. They have them there. Bill's Built Race Cars, B2 race parts. Get down there. Bobby and the crew have some tickets. They can get to you that as well. Sleep Inn and Suites in Park City. So Sleep Inn and Suites, can't go in any other location. You have to come to the Park City one to get those tickets. So those are the remaining ones. Like we said, Park City Discount Liquor, out of tickets. It's off. We've taken it off of the list. Leakers Family Food, rumor is they're out of tickets. If someone can confirm, we'd really love for you to do that. And then we will get them off of the list, but we still encourage you to go into these businesses, say hi, tell them thank you for supporting local dirt track racing here in Park City. So July 19th for Park City night, still some free tickets out there. 81 Speedway has no tickets. Please do not contact 81 Speedway to get some tickets. We don't have them. We've given them to all the great businesses here in Park City that support local dirt track racing, so go see those businesses. Of course, if you need something done, that service that they offer, we encourage you to visit those locations and get that handled. Get you some free tickets into July 19th here at 81 Speedway for Park City night. It is a staple on the schedule, and it is going to be an absolutely fantastic night. Of course, back on Racing Dirt on July 19th. This Saturday night, I believe we'll be on Dirt Vision. I need to verify that. Hopefully, maybe JR can text into the text line here and tell me if we will be on Dirt Vision, but I believe we will be for Saturday night here at 81 Speedway. Racing Dirt back on the schedule for July 19th for Park City night. Alternative Pest Management, USRA Modified, your Poorman Auto Supply, USRA B Mods, TM Fencing LLC Super Stocks, your Wickham Heating and Air Conditioning Mini Stock and Tuners, and Allied Battery Stock Cars on tap for Park City night, July 19th at 81 Speedway. We talked about Aiello fireworks night over at Humboldt Speedway. That is going to be awesome, and I hope I see the all the surrounding towns just flooding into the gates to watch the awesome fireworks by our great friends at Aiello Fireworks. But then back on July 18th, so confirmed. JR's on the text line. Saturday night here at 81 Speedway will not be on Racing Dirt. It will be on Dirt Vision. Dirt Vision, of course, the official streaming partner for the World Racing Group, ASCS, and of course the Outlaws. So Racing Dirt's been off for a couple weeks, and there's been some calls, some questions. It's just part of the contractual agreement with having traveling series. So Dirt Vision will be your streaming partner if you can't make it to the grandstands on Saturday night here at 81 Speedway for ASCS National Tour. Again, going over to Humboldt on July 18th. Going to be a good night over there. Again, we've taken the Bull Ring Bar USRA Modifieds off of the schedule, but we have Raised Metal Depot USRA B Mods, your Extrusion Zinc Midwest Mods, Home Savings Bank Factory Stocks, and Wilson Automotive Mini Stock and Tuner, your 4 weekly championship points contenders over there on July 18th. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic night. Of course, July 19th, Park City night, back on Racing Dirt to get back in our ways there. It's been a great night. If you're just kind of tuning in to the show, we had a good conversation with Brady Baker, driver of the number 71 ASCS National 360 Sprint Car. He is currently 5th in weekly champion or in tour points, and he is also leading the Rookie of the Year standings as well. So it's going to be a great night here Saturday night. If you're a sprint car fan, ASCS National Sprint Car Tour going to come to the 3/8 mile here in Park City, Kansas, and we'd love to see you out there. Of course, Friday night, we'd love to see you over at Humboldt Speedway for Aiello Fireworks Night, as well as weekly championship points and the kids bicycle races. It's going to be a great time. Anytime we get the kids involved in the races, get them down onto the racing surface, and either we're doing a fan appreciation and they get to get some autographs from the drivers. Maybe we got the Power Wheels event. That was awesome as well. Of course, bicycle race night, going to be cool to get all the kids out there racing the bicycles. So looking forward to this weekend. Going to be great events at both speedways. July 26th here at 81 Speedway, we will be off that night. We will also be closed July 25th at Humboldt Speedway. So a couple weeks of racing, then we're going to take another weekend off. We do encourage you on July 26th here in Park City. Little 81 Speedway is going to have their first ever night race at the for the go-kart. So we do encourage you Saturday night, make your way over to Little 81 Speedway and kind of check out what's going on with the go-kart track. Like to get maybe we can try to talk Tyler Davis or Emily Davis into coming on the show next week, talking a little bit about the night race for July 26th over at the kart park. But going to be their first night race. I know they're excited to kind of get out of the sun a little bit. They typically race on Sundays in the afternoon, and it's super hot as we get into the summer months. So I know they're looking for a little cool night under the lights. Kind of be maybe some of the kids' first time under the lights and racing at nighttime. So we encourage you on July 26th to be part of Little 81 Speedway Kart Park as they get some night racing in on the year. So we're going to race this weekend, tomorrow night over at Humboldt, Saturday here at 81, July 18th. We'll be back at Humboldt for weekly championship points. July 19th, we'll be at Park City again for Park City night. Then we will take the end of the month off, and then we come back strong. We got a lot of stuff happening at both speedways towards the end of the year. Of course, a weekly championship points finale going to be August 22nd over at Humboldt Speedway. So coming down to the to the end of the year. Got some big stuff happening. Got the Dirt Crown Series presented by TM Fencing LLC. Also have Wilson Automotive Freedom 50 for the tuners. We're going to be talking about that. Big money on the line, 50 laps, 50 times around the Humboldt Speedway. Big money on the line. Heartland Modified Tour going to visit us one more time for the year over at Humboldt Speedway. So that's going to be a good one. Then we will finish the year off on August 22nd for weekly championship points. We'll take a few weekends off, and then we will cap the year off October 3rd for World of Outlaws late models. 2-day show, or a weekend show, Friday at Humboldt, Saturday at 81 Speedway, and that will conclude October 3rd. Will conclude the season at Humboldt Speedway. But for weekly championship points, it will be August 22nd, as we will crown champions over at Humboldt August 22nd. So a few more nights left in the racing schedule over at Humboldt. Of course, we were going to race till the end of October here at 81 Speedway, so we got a lot of stuff. Still have some memorials to happen here at 81 Speedway. We still got the sprint cars to happen, spectaculars going on. Dallas Friends Memorial with the Heartland Modified Tour is going to be absolutely fantastic as well. So a lot of stuff is happening at both speedways, so you don't want to miss any of it. And again, if you've been meaning to make your way over to Humboldt Speedway on Friday night, August 22nd is going to be the last night for the 2025 season. So you need to get over there and take in some Friday night action at Humboldt Speedway. Appreciate each and every one of you. That's all I got for tonight. Again, I do appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in with me here for Above the Cushion, presented by TM Fencing LLC. Ran into Tane again the other day, and still busy over there. But if you guys need some fence work done, give them a call, 316-218-3450. Still running about 6 to 8 weeks out on the schedule, but make sure you let them know that Above the Cushion 81 Speedway and Humboldt Speedway sent you his way, and they will get you taken care of. Need to thank Ulick Music. Again, they tested a cable for us a couple weeks ago, or last week, I guess, excuse me. Last week, Ulick Music tested a cable for us as we're fighting some audio issues over at Humboldt Speedway. Backstretch Tony and I have been trying to get that figured out. We got everything cleaned. We tested the cable. We're going to do some testing when I get over there tomorrow before the races, so hopefully we can get that lined out. Want to get the pits, make sure you guys can hear what's going on over the pits in Humboldt Speedway, and we've been working on that, and we do apologize. It's not been right the last couple weeks. We are working on it. We do appreciate everyone's patience as we get that figured out. Again, that is going to do it for me. It was a great conversation with Brady Baker. Getting excited to meet him. Hopefully we can get a pit stop interview with him Saturday here at the racetrack. It was a great conversation with Phil Nightingale, as we're going to collaborate for classes and nights for Salt City and 81 Speedway and even Humboldt Speedway. So great conversation with him. Good to hear him and everything they got going on over there. Appreciate each and every one of you. Again, can't thank you enough. Please make your way over to the YouTube page for Above the Cushion. Of course, it's in this video description. Get over there. Pit stop videos are coming out every week. We're posting a lot of reels, or as they call them on YouTube, shorts, just little short fun videos that I take, and I try to do it as often as I can, but sometimes with the announcing, it gets a little not able to get out there and get some videos of stuff. So, we're posting as much stuff as we can, getting all the content out on the YouTube page, and we invite you over there to give that a like, and subscribe and hit that notifications tab so you know every time we post to the YouTube page. And of course, share it with your friends. Let them know what you're watching on YouTube, and get over there. And for the pit stop interviews, there's some traveling drivers on there, but most of them are local competitors. It's 15 fun questions. Some of it's about life, some of it's about racing. Get over there and find out what your favorite driver, do they prefer pineapple on pizza? Do they use an apple? Do they use an Android? What's their favorite emoji? Those are some of the questions that we ask on the pit stop, and we invite you over there to learn more about your favorite driver. that is going to do it for me. I do appreciate everyone. Thank you very much. It's been an absolutely fantastic night. 2 guests here on the show. Have a great night. Can't wait to see everyone over in Humboldt tomorrow night for the races, the kids' bicycle races, Aiello fireworks, and of course Saturday night here for ASCS National Tour. Good night. God bless. We'll see you next Thursday right here on Above the Cushion.